those geese or they're ducks? Yeah.
Okay, rolling.
Good morning, everyone. This is Osiris with the Cover City News, Unk Entertainment, Stones in the Curve blog, and your weekly show host for 15 minutes. We are on the LA River paddle. That's right, people. I have Josh paddling, me and Antonio on the other boat with our cameraman and sharp photographer, Kevin Pike. All right, I've been told that there's no anaconda in this river, but there are some dragonflies, egrets, herons, geese, all kinds of stuff is out here. So come roll with us as we take you through a 51-mile stretch through the Sepulveda Basin of the LA River. Now, I know some of you out there don't know the history of the LA River, so I'm going to talk to my friends Josh and Antonio, and they're going to give you a little bit of information. So, guys, you can talk now. Okay, say good morning.
Good morning.
So, how long have you been kayaking?
Basically, since 2011, that's the first year the LA Conservation Corps started this program.
Wait. Let's have Josh say that.
Alright.
Because I can't. It's hard to.
So how long have you been?
The program started for the Paddle the LA River program started in 2011, and we're in 2014 already. So it's about 3 years that we've been doing this.
Right.
The first year was kind of a challenge because we had to get all the
junk cleanup.
Well, not really the cleanup, but just the proper permissions and getting the kayaks at the time. And it was pretty much we didn't know what we were doing, so it was just like a crash course. And it went pretty well. It was successful, and therefore we're in 2014, and we're doing it.
What is some of the cleanup involved? Because I know a lot of people were really concerned about the safety of the LA River, and we haven't had any fresh water. So, what is some of the things that happens when they're cleaning up? What was some of the things they did?
Well, pretty much, you have to if the outside stays clean. Like for example, the streets, right, stays clean. There's no trash in the streets. When it rains, there shouldn't be no trash here in the river because although from the river runoffs, from the drainage system, it all ends up over here. Once we, us people decide where the trash goes, appropriately in the trash can, the river should stay clean. And occasionally we do have river cleanups, on the outside because once the trash comes from the outside. Inside the river, that's pretty much it. We just have to keep the outside clean.
Now, I was told that this program, the LA Conservatorship, started this program because it was a way to give at-risk youth something to do in the summer. I mean, how can anything be better than this? Early in the morning, you're in fresh, broad, clean open air, and kind of just like chilling. So. How has that program been working since you guys have been around? How is it coming along? How many kids have actually gone into conservatorship, for instance?
Well, pretty much the whole LA Conservation Corps has been just working with the at-risk youth for since 30 years. Right. But here for the river, we just get about on Wednesdays we have our youth days. You get inner city kids that haven't been exposed to the outdoors.
Yes.
So therefore we just do it once a week, bring 3 groups at a time, 14 kids each. And it's going pretty well. Some of the kids, they don't know how to swim, so that's one thing that they panic.
Do they have swimming classes? Do they require a class before they get out here in case?
Not necessarily. Like you can see, the water is very shallow, very mellow. There's no rapids here. Plus, once you have your vest on, your helmet, you're perfectly, you're pretty safe as it is. If you do fall in, you just probably have to stand up. The water is not that deep, so you're not really in danger of drowning.
Right.
But you have Antonio, myself, and Jennifer, and the other crew.
People that can help us.
Yeah, we just help you guys out and toss you back into your kayak. So there's no. You guys are pretty safe.
So for all of you people out there that think you can drown in the LA River, you can. But if you're out here protected and you know the safety rules and the hazards, then you're just fine. Now, what I want to talk about is the kind of insects and dragonflies and damselflies that they have out here. Some of the wildlife. How are they surviving in the terrain out here? What goes on with that?
Well, pretty much nature finds a way to survive no matter what.
Great answer.
So there are lots of different types of butterflies. Like you said, there's like the monarchs, the tiger tails.
Oh, wow.
There's honestly, there's a whole bunch, lots of different types of dragonflies, lots of different types of spiders as well. And lots of different birds. You know, like birds love it here.
They do.
You have like, there's like.
Now, I know you have herons here, and
there's
you
the
have
green
egrets
herons.
is a kind of bird, isn't
Yeah,
it?
the egrets are the snow white egrets are a type of bird. There's the green herons, the blue herons, the white herons. You got the Canada geese. For just to name a few.
And so, how are we doing over there, Kevin, with the shots over there?
Right behind you.
According to what I read, it is 90 minutes. It takes a 90-minute tour. I guess you could come out here for a shorter time, and basically, you just kind of need to do your homework before you come out here. See what you need. For instance, we were told that we have to have shoes and clothes on that if they get wet, it won't be a problem for someone. Also, if you are a person that's prone to fall in water, you get nervous. As Josh was saying, you don't have to worry pretty much because there are people out here that know what they're doing. They've been out here a long time. The next thing I want to talk about is this little opening. What is this called? It looks like a little...
Most of these are royal willows, the trees here. It's pretty narrow. That's why we have to go one by one. Because we don't want to bump into the trees and fall in. This is the deepest section right now. So you do not want to fall in here because it does take a little while.
Bottom, and there's Kevin again. Hey, Kev. Hey, Antonio. We're back together now. So now what happens as we go further into the basin? What happens? What should we expect to see?
Well, hopefully more wildlife. You'll start seeing more fish.
Okay.
And you'll start seeing our plastic bags that are stuck in the trees. When it rains, it does get that high.
What does that mean? Why are those plastic bags?
Oh, because when it rains, all that water from all that trash from the streets, from the drainage, gets stuck in here, and you see how high the water gets. Wow. So it does get pretty high.
You good?
Yeah, I gave him the bucket.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
So now it's Osiris again. Now I am holding the camera, which is my sturdy Canon. Hey, we're waving at Kevin on the other side and Antonio. And we wanted to do a little bit more. I wanted to talk a little bit more about the LA conservatorship. So Josh knows a little bit about that. So does Antonio. Antonio's a little far away. But Antonio, you can say something now because the camera's on the other side. So what have been some of your experiences of going down the LA River? Antonio.
Yes, you.
There you go. We had to find the camera where Antonio's actually sitting. There you are, Antonio. Okay, we can't get too close. Okay, so, can you talk and paddle?
Yeah.
Okay, so, okay, wait a minute. Okay, go ahead.
I'm sorry, what was your question?
No, my question was, we wanted to talk to you about what it's like, some of your experiences have been going on the river. Like taking people out, what have been some of the things that have happened? You know, have you ever been on a watch where somebody fell in or somebody got scared and nervous and you had to completely take them off the kayak?
Well, you know what, so far it's been a good experience, even for the participants, because a lot of times when we try to make sure their safety, so, and it's a little bit physical too, so when we see like people they get tired or they can't kayak, what we do, or what I do basically, tow away with my kayak, and we try to, you know, help them to enjoy the ride, you know.
Right.
And so far that's the main thing, you know. I mean, we've seen a lot of things. People that really enjoy being here, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to see their faces, you know, that
and some of the kids, and they've never been anywhere. They probably don't even know this place exists. You know.
Yeah, it's amazing. You know, this river is a treasure, and it's hiding from a lot of people. You know.
Yes.
Now that we show to the LA people that there's a river, and this is so beautiful. It's a treasure.
Now, Josh,
Yes, ma'am.
I know that you said that now what about the LA Conservatorship? How did they get involved? And does the mayor have anything to do with LA Conservatorship? Or?
Well, the LA Conservation Corps has been going on for almost 30 years. I happen to know, it's probably older than I am, but yeah, so pretty much it started off with trying to give at-risk youth job opportunities, give them work experience. So that's why before, they started doing planting plants, removing the graffiti, cleaning out the streets, doing urban conservation, giving them just pretty much basic job experiences like that. Therefore, like later on, they could find a better job.
Yeah.
And my experience, here with the LA Conservation Corps is pretty cool. This is probably the newest program that we have.
Yeah.
The whole Paddle the Elevator program. It's pretty.
Now, how did you guys get involved? How do you become an instructor and all
Well,
that?
pretty much, because we work with the Clean and Green program. That's the 14 to 18-year-olds.
Right.
And we work with the youth. So then they just told us, would you guys be interested in doing the river? And of course, Antonio and myself said, oh yeah.
And this is your job. I mean,
Well, pretty much, yeah. For the summer, this is our job.
So it's seasonal, right?
It's seasonal, yes.
Oh, so what do you do when the summer's over?
We go back and we work with the other at-risk youth. We're probably gonna go back in and as they remove all the litter and all the junk from alleys and the streets, and probably hopefully plant some more trees. Try to beautify our city.
So what are some of the plans to keep beautifying this area? That's so nice, as you can see. It's lovely out here. I mean, you have nice greens. I haven't seen one thing that would be a turnoff, visually speaking. I haven't felt one thing. I'm just as comfortable as a Scooby-Doo in a room. And so the guys are making the trip very nice. So now, what are the plans that the LA Conservatorship has for the future? Like in 5 years, what do they plan on doing with the river? Are they going to open up some more parts of the river, or what are they going to do?
Well, the opening up the river is not really up to us, but we in the LA Conservation Corps we do have a river cleanup crew.
Yeah.
All right. There are pretty much we have three corps members and a supervisor. They go around removing the litter as well, removing some of the invasive plants, and removing some graffiti. So that's pretty much we have year round, and that's one of our things that we do to maintain the river clean.
And then what kind of trees and plants? What grows well in this area?
All our native plants like the royal willows, the cattails. You got some California tobacco around here, some sycamores. So pretty much, we have lots of native plants that grow pretty well, and of course we have some invasives.
Right.
Like the arondo.
What's the arondo?
It looks like bamboo,
wow.
which is very thin. It's pretty invasive. It grows about a foot a day.
Oh, wow.
So
I like that you know all of these things. It's exciting. It makes the trip a lot of fun for us because we're getting lots of information and to go along with the photos and the movement that they'll see.
And we also have the castor bean. That's
What is that?
It's a pretty invasive plant. It looks like a big old star.
wow.
The leaf. pretty
Is it
invasive.
up here somewhere? We can
Yeah,
get
we
a shot
passed it.
of
We passed it already.
Oh, so what's right in here?
All right, so mostly everything's a royal willows. And you see that on your left hand side on the top, that's the
Rondo.
What are they
the
called?
rondo.
That's
the
the rondo, like
Yes,
the similar
yes.
to the bamboo.
The bamboo, that's the rondo.
Oh wow, that's pretty too. It's way thinner than the bamboo.
Yeah,
huh?
there's no really use for
So
it.
is it a member of the bamboo family, you think?
It's a grass like a bamboo.
Okay. Oh, that's amazing. All right. Well, we are about halfway through the basin. Is that true?
Yeah, we're halfway through our trip right now.
halfway through our trip, so we're coming up to some of the little sticks and stuff out here. Just getting out of the water. There's a parrot, I think, right?
That's
White-
an egret.
That's an egret, that bird that just flew over his flight. And we're just swimming right along. Again, this is the LA River Paddle. As you can see, it's quite a nice experience. Definitely newsworthy, people. Of the LA conservatorship really putting their hearts and soul into this program. And I was told that it is bigger and better than it has ever been. And I expect that it's going to be nothing in the next few years, but get even better. I certainly will welcome the chance to come back out here. So, again, if you have time, if you have the notion or the inclination to want to come out here and hang out in the LA River, Kevin and I are doing fine, right, Kev?
You bet.
And that's it.
And that's a white heron up there in the top of the
That's
tree.
a white heron. Look at that shot right there, up in that tree, that bird up to
Oh. your
your right. You see, Kev? There's a shot right there of a, what is it? A heron?
White heron.
That's a white heron. Hi, This is just beautiful. So again, thank you so much, Josh and Antonio, our brave scouts who are out here paddling us. I feel like a royal staff being paddled. Along the LA River Paddle, don't forget it's every summer, right?
Yeah, every summer, yes.
From June to September when the kids go back to school. So parents out there, if you want to find a way to get your kids, get their brains rolling, their eyes moving, their interest kicked up, please bring them to the LA River Paddle program. It is quite the experience. So we'll see you next time. And that's a wrap. Osiris, talk to you later. Bye.
you'll get picked up.
And also, you made a really good point. You said that the part that we were going through, that's really the water is kind of high. It's over, like about 9, 10. That people have to go through there one at a time. It is not able to handle two kayaks at the same time.
Yeah, you could, unless you're, very, maneuverable. If you're not, you just panic fast, and it's better to go one by one.
Now, have you guys ever fallen into the river? Either one of you? I know you're both pros, Antonio and Josh.
Well,
have you ever fallen into the river?
On purpose?
No, I mean not gonna
by accident, no, but on purpose, yeah.
Why would you fall in the river on purpose?
It's pretty hot.
So by being hot outside?
Yeah.
Now, does it stay cool out here? Is there a big temperature change from the inland? Or?
It does. Once if it's like, let's say for example, it's like 90 outside, you don't really feel it as much here because the trees actually protect, give you some of the breeze, all right? And then the water cools you down a little bit. It's just imagine if the rest of the river wasn't, concreted, you'll probably have cooler temperatures.
Right now, we were told that, have there ever been rapid waters here, or is this pretty much the standard?
Well, pretty much when it rains, you'll start getting the rapids.
Oh.
Because, the river here is pretty much more on an incline. So once you get those good rains, that we need,
yes,
waters get pretty intense. Like I heard it's about 60 to 70 miles per hour.
Oh,
so those are pretty good rapids.
Yeah, they are.
You don't want to be stuck in here when that happens.
Now we're in the basin again, everyone out there for the audience. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is the kids, when they come out here, what kind of experience can they expect to have? I know that some of them, you said they don't know how to swim, and you help them, when they get out here so they're not frightened or anything. But what experience can they come away from here taking with them?
Pretty much just being in a place in the city, like you're not in the city.
Right.
Like if you see right here is like, you could probably transport yourself in your imagination, like you're probably in Costa Rica or in Venezuela or somewhere else. Oh, that's a comarath right there.
What is it called?
A comarath.
A comarath. He went underwater. You don't want to be talked to. Hey, comarath.
It's camera shy. But yeah, but pretty much most of these kids, they've never been, out of the city. So they come here, they just imagine themselves somewhere else. Just transport them to a whole different, area.
Now, how long does the program last? I know it goes till September 13th.
Yeah, that's the last major holiday.
And then it actually started around June 9th. Is that true?
Yes.
And the tickets went on sale by June 16th. Now, what are the ticket prices for coming out here?
About $50.
And that covers
the whole rental of the kayak, the vest, the helmet, the paddle, and also just our friendship and our companionship.
Oh, that's amazing! And you guys are able to take people out. How often are the trips there? Every 3 days, or what are the days?
We do 5 times a day, 3 trips a day. So it's
5 times a day.
No, 5 times a week, 3 times a day.
Oh. And each one is a 90-minute long trip?
Yeah, it's about an hour and a half, yes.
Oh, wow, that's interesting. So you basically drop one crew off, pick up another one, and go back out?
Yes.
Okay. So now, I guess that if you want to come out here and you're the type of people that you like the open outdoors like Kevin and I do, and Josh and Antonio, LA River is where you want to come. It's nice and safe, as you can see. I don't think I've felt a splash of water so far, but that could be because I'm not paddling. But so far, it seems pretty safe. There are people behind us, there are people that are ahead already. Everybody's looking good and looking bright and happy. So this is a trip that you and your family can take. You can bring your grandma, your grandpas. Everybody's pretty safe. There are instructions about how to paddle. That Josh and Antonio and other leaders of the group of kayakers that come out here regularly will say. And pretty much, this is the LA River Paddle experience. Again, this has been Osiris with the Cover City News, Entertainment, Stones in the Color River blog, and 15-minute show host, along with my sidekick, Kevin Pike, saying, see you on the other side of the river. Bye. That's a wrap.